I skipped a few steps in my demonstration in this video of what we did after I built the box. Lori primed and painted the box, and then she primed it using Kills 2. She painted it using Sherwin-Williams paint, just to pure white. Then we also, after that, or what she did after that, is added some sticky wallpaper or sticky paper for a pattern on the backside to kind of make it look kind of nice. We decided strategically not to sand it, so you're going to see it a little bit rough, and that was on purpose because we wanted that kind of textured feel to it, just to see how it looked. For the built-ins that I'm going to do next, I am going to sand it down using fine grit paper, but for this, we left it unsanded in general. I ran into some of the issues so I skipped this also about using the Craig. So the Craig says it can do 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch with 1-inch screws, and when I did that, it actually seemed to protrude out the side of the side panel. So it's a little disappointing in that. So I tried to look at maybe screwing it back out a little bit to have it stop from protruding. But then I thought it might not be structurally looking good. It separated, the panel separated a little on the side. So you can see, I think I'm going to show a video up on the screen that shows the screws sticking out. And also the downside of using the Craig, if you don't fill it and then prime it, is you got these holes underneath. I chose not to do it. I wanted something relatively quick, so I'm pointing out the holes underneath the shelving unit. In the first shelving unit, you can see the holes where the Craig was drilled in. For the second shelving unit, I decided to not use the Craig, and instead I just used piled holes into the side of the cabinet so I could see where the shelf needed to be, and then I drilled the screw right through the side panel right into the shelf. And to me, I think it turned out better than the Craig, only because the Craig going 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch didn't seem to turn out too well for me. I think, in my opinion, the Craig has to be at least 1/2 inch going into a 3/4 inch. So for the built-ins, I'm going to do a 3/4 inch in the back panel. So here you go. Here is the second video, part 2 of 3 on the, so I think I'm calling it the bookshelf and coat hanger cabinet, something like that, because there's a couple of shelves on the top, and then I've got some hooks there in the back that you'll see in the video 3, where I install some hooks so we can put in some coats and stuff like that. And it ends up turning really nice. You'll see the finished product at the very end of video 3. Thank you so much. So I've got one of them done, so now I want to just put it in, level it. I'm just it's kind of a tight squeeze, so I'm able to put it in there and hold it. I'm going to mark it with some pencils, lay it down on the floor so we've got a little more leverage, and then go install the first one. And I want to make sure the first one works out fine, and after that's done, I will go do the top one. So here we go. And this, you can see where Lori marked it where she wants it, so there we go. Alright. So it's in there. I should have gotten the pencil earlier, but here we go. Alright, I'll have to edit some of that out. So I've got a little handy dandy level here. Level it that way. That's level there. Right to front. Right to front. And then let's level it this way. There we go. Okay. Marks are there, not very dark, but they're there. Alright. So a couple things to note. Let's go check how level it is. Pretty good that direction. Not great that direction. Wonder why that is. But that way it looks pretty good. Over here, not bad. Oh, not bad at all. But over here, this side's too high. But I'm not changing that now. That's in. One thing I did notice is the screws came out the side a tiny bit. Let me move the camera here. I knew there was not a lot of leeway here or a lot of room, but the screws came out a tiny bit right there. So I'm not sure, I must have drilled them in a little too far on the Craig, so we just try and undrill them a tiny bit. There we go. There's one. There we go. There we go. So, interesting that it goes through. Oh, interesting that it goes through. In there solid though. I still think the reason why it's not quite being level is because the bottom, and also the floor is not exactly level either. I bet if I measured the floor right now, we're going to see a bit of a shift. I noticed a few places in this house, like right in the room where I'm putting the built-ins, where the door is, the closet right here, like this hits right there, it hits right there. So there's a little bit of level issues with the house. No big deal, but still. I'm gonna do the second one and be done. Alright everybody, there was my cabinet video number 2 where I installed the first shelf in the cabinet using the Craigs, which I didn't like, had a few issues. I'm going to have video number 3 where I'm just installing the shelving unit using pilot drill holes through the side of the shelving unit, and then we'll do the installation. I've got some final pictures which I think end up turning really nice. We love it, and I'll see you at the next video. Thanks, bye.